Alright, so all these colors look interesting and basic. Some of these colors I'm kind of a little queasy to use, or not that I'm queasy, more like not ready to use them, but if I want to do it accurate, I gotta follow how it is. So the perfect paint for the green. I mean, I have a lot of green, but the one green that I want to use is that came with something that I purchased at MosquitoCon, and that is this, the green Mecha colors. And I believe that I have the type of green for this for this kit. I have, we got the protective green, which is I guess kind of close to this. Then we have the dull green, which is very nice. Gunmetal, interesting. I have a lot of the metallic colors, but they didn't come with gunmetal. But this one's the gunmetal in acrylic for this. Then we have interior light green, a much more lighter tone, and then light gray green. So there's like a nice little spectrum of green. Then we have this blue color. Clearly we're not going to use blue. I haven't tested out these colors, but I'm going to have to see how it looks. I may have to pull out my spoons and begin spraying it. But I guess we might as well do a little testing here and there. But let me pull out something I could use to do a test. Okay, so we have the protective green. Got to agitate it a bit. While I was looking for paint, I also found purple and violet, and then of course immediately I thought of the space type version. I gotta figure out how to build the beam rifle. If I can build the beam rifle, then I might end up buying another Leo. Alright, so let's see how this looks. Just gonna put a drop there. That's a good shade of green. Let's pull out the next color. No, not gunmetal, not yet. French blue, no. Interior green, that was the... No, we need the darker one, the dull green. Alright, let's agitate this. There's also another kit that I have in my stock that I may end up using these paints for. That's a good green though. I think I'm going to have to use the first one, the protective green. This is actually really nice, and I have an idea of what to use this color for another kit. But we're going to keep it simple and straightforward, so we're going to use the protective green. As for the gray, well, hold on, let's put this here for now. So we have that color. Put that to the side. Let me go back to this sheet here. So we have the gray, which we could use. I could use extra dark gray. This one should be fine for this. I used this on well, actually I haven't used it on the last kit that I made, but we could use this for this, and I have another bottle for that. The darker gray, I think I'm going to use the gunmetal. I haven't even tested it yet. Actually, let me test it now. See how it looks. Back to my color swatch. Ah! It has a nice sheen to it. Very nice. Not that I'm going crazy with metallic, but since there are very few parts in between and it's basically the weaponry, I'll definitely use this. Alright, that's good enough. For the red, I'm not going to use the MIG colors. Instead, let's put this to the side. I'm going to use Rosette. This is a nice darker red tone, so that's perfect for that. The brown, that's where I'm kind of a bit off here, and that's the one thing that I'm a bit curious about, because it says here body brown parts, so there's, I don't know what's referring to body. The only thing I see here is probably the feet and maybe the shoulder areas, but it has a combination of wood brown 70% and IJN green 20% with a little bit of white, so it's maybe a mixture of green. The only brown color that I have that's not even close to this is this. This is NATO brown. You know what? I think I'm going to call an audible here. I was going to use this, but now that I'm looking at it, it's not even close to that. I think I'm going to use one of these guys. The interior, no. Maybe, no. You know what? The dull gray. Okay, fair enough. The dull gray will replace the other color. No big deal. One would argue I could mix some paints, but I don't have a brown as a base color tone. I don't have no lacquer base brown. I have acrylic base brown, but I don't have that much acrylic for the other colors for me to do a mix. So I guess with what I have here should be sufficient enough for that. Gunmetal, of course, will be for the weaponry that I will be painting as well for the other two guys. So we'll do that. So we're going to make our Leo team, our custom Leo team, and you know, it'll be the team that will go up against you know, any of the Wing Gundam units and get slaughtered. How nice would that be? Alright, so there you have it. There's the decision that I made for making this kit. Oh, one last thing. I will be using one-shot primer black here. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm sorry. I'm going to use the gray primer, which I can't find, but I know it's around here somewhere. But I'm going to use black for pre-shading. So I'm going to be pre-shading areas, you know, there's a lot of areas for pre-shading, especially here in the knees, the legs, chest area. So I'm going to definitely work on some pre-shading, and hopefully it will look good on this. So that's my intention. I guess what do you guys think of that? Hope you guys are going to enjoy this. This will not be a long video. This should be, I'm hoping to get this done within a week, maybe a week and a half, but let's see what happens. So let me stop yapping and let me begin to build high grade MS Leo. Like I mentioned before, we're definitely going to be getting the space type version of this Leo, just a matter of time for Bandai to make their announcements. Which opens up, you know, opens the door to other possibilities. Will we see other high-grade kits from the Wing line? Now, one would say, well, we've already know that Bandai is looking into the possibility of making the real grade version of the Meteor units, you know, Operation Meteor, not Meteor unit, excuse me. That's something else. So yeah, you know, we have the Taurus, we have the Ares, which I would love to see as a high grade. Clearly, the space type of this. We have the, what's another one? Cancer. Pisces, those two aquatic vehicles, if they ever decide to make those, who knows. And then let us not forget Mercurius and V8, which are basically almost identical to the Talgies, but that may be reserved. Well, then again, this frame is the same frame that would be on the Talgies as well. So Mercurius and V8 would benefit from this. Hopefully not as a P-band die, because we all love that kit, those kits. I remember having the V8 high grade back in the day. That was a really nice kit. I didn't understand at the time when I purchased it. I didn't understand what the purpose was with the plates. And then after watching the anime, then I go, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Cool little test bed that they had there. And speaking of Talgies, obviously we're getting the real grade, which is out now, and it's already been mentioned. You know, again, we will definitely get Talgies 2 and Talgies 3, and I would love to get the Talgies 3, whether it's the real grade or the master grade. But of course, me spending X amount for the master grade, that's a lot of money for that. I think I remember actually thinking of buying, it was like last year when Bluefin Distribution at Comic-Con was selling that Talgies Master Grade, but it was Pearl Edition, or it was like close to $80, and I was like, oh, do I want to buy this? Do I want to build it? No. No. But that also leaves us with the possibility: are we going to get, you know, like, are we getting Death's Like Hell? Are we getting Heavy Arms? Are we getting Sandrock? Are we getting Shenlong as real grades? Clearly, that's not something that's going to happen, you know, every year. Ever since that announcement a few years ago, they've been dragging their feet. Maybe they have the prototypes. Maybe they're trying to wait until the popularity kicks in. That will, you know, that remains to be seen. But it'll be interesting to see that, because I would love to get that. I built my Wing Gundam custom. I never got the other wing kit, but that's alright. I'm good with what I got. Alright, so I'm going to begin removing the parts and separating them. See how it looks, okay? Alright, here it is. Here are all the greens. Here are all the browns. Here are all the gray and dark gray and black. And of course the reds. Keep it all separate here. A lot of small little parts for 3 kits. But then again, you know, it is a small box here, as you can see. I'm going to begin cleaning up each one. Just removing the excess plastic. Then review it, sand it down, and then we will display it. I will definitely build this because I want to see what it looks like. You know, do a before and after, and show it off. Let me just make sure that's fine. Yeah. Alright, so let me clean this up so that way we can display it and see how this kit looks like once fully built.